Hello, my name is Carmen, and I'm a recent and proud graduate of Indiana University as well as Kelley School of Business, and I'm proud to be joining Deloitte Consulting in Chicago this fall. As a child, my mother instilled in us values that I needed to always remember my community and give back to those who are less fortunate. As a freshman, I was very much involved in civic leadership development, which is Kelley's philanthropy organization. So with CLD, I was able to really get a grasp in giving back to Bloomington and had an amazing time all 4 years here. Some places in Bloomington that I really enjoyed volunteering at were the Monroe County Library, Hoosier Hills Food Banks, as well as Junior Achievement. I was able to volunteer a lot in the education system, and this helped me to realize that I wanted to do another alternative break program trip, and I decided to do one in Clarksville, Mississippi with Teach for America. The spring break of my junior year, I decided to take my passion for education and volunteering in the education system. I was assigned to a classroom of third graders. I have such respect for what Teach for America does and for teachers themselves. You're on your feet at least 8 to 9 hours a day with students that are constantly needing your attention, and especially in a community such as Clarksville, Mississippi, which is unfortunately poor. A lot of the students come from single parents, and it really broke your heart to hear some of the stories that the teachers told you about the conditions of the students. So it was very inspiring to see the students still come every day with a brave face, ready to learn math and English, and knowing that the TFA teachers were providing them environments to really strengthen their education and hopefully improve their life situations. Through CLD, I was also offered a really unique opportunity. I was chosen as a sophomore to lead the 7th annual Pia Professor, and this was a huge event put on by CLD and Kelley, and this is where student Kelley teams pair with a professor or Kelley faculty advisor and raise money for Bloomington Charity. My first year, we raised money for My Sister's Closet, which is a Bloomington nonprofit that raises money and generates funds for local Bloomington women who are trying to get back into the workforce. So the event was eventually held in April, and we were able to raise almost $10,000 for My Sister's Closet. So that was an amazing achievement. That was probably one of the best moments of my college career when I was able to give the founder, Sandy Keller of My Sister's Closet, the announcement of how much we had raised, and she told us with tears in her eyes that that money would go to paying the summer's rent, which they weren't sure if they would be able to cover. So being involved with Pia Professor was a ton of work, but with the help of my advisor and the help of my amazing exec board team, I was able to pull it off. So because my sophomore Pia Professor was such a success, I was asked to come back to be the vice president this time of the event as a junior, and we chose First Book as the charity that we wanted to benefit. Over the 2 years with Pia Professor, I was able to help raise over $15,000 for Bloomington charities. I also helped to volunteer in the Ronald McDonald House in Chicago with my sisters on break when I was home. This is another really cool opportunity because my youngest sister actually had spinal fusion surgery this past summer, so my family stayed in the Ronald McDonald House. So if you guys are ever at McDonald's, make sure to donate your change to the Ronald McDonald House because they do amazing work and were so good to my family. So this past Thanksgiving, we went back to help volunteer and give back to this really great organization. If there are any students who are somewhat unsure if they want to engage in Bloomington and volunteer in the community, I would say just try it. You never know what you might find. You're passionate about what causes or social issues really drive you, and the only way that you can do that is to just try. There are so many volunteer programs, whether within department or university-wide, that you can get involved in, and they can take you all over the country, all over the world. I have friends that were able to volunteer in Guatemala, and that's just one tiny example of the amazing opportunities IU can provide if you're willing to give back. My time volunteering while at IU was very integral to my growth and development as a student and as a person. Volunteering in Bloomington and being engaged in your community is extremely important to have a well-rounded college experience, and I would encourage every student to be involved with some type of volunteering and some type of giving back to the community.